now USCIS can do some of ICE's work for them. And I need to see how this plays out. We haven't seen how these USCIS officers are going to be trained, whether they're actually going to be carrying around firearms, whether they're actually going to be going to like immigrants' houses to execute search warrants or investigate. Hey guys, this is another video about a recent USCIS policy change that's going to have a big impact on people who are applying for benefits with USCIS. A final rule was just passed allowing USCIS officers to execute search warrants, arrest warrants, to make physical arrests, to carry firearms, and sometimes to engage in deadly force when necessary. For those of you who don't know, USCIS has always been the benefits arm of the immigration agencies. They are not the people who carry guns, who send you to immigration court, who like begin your deportation or anything like that. They are the people who give you work permits, green cards, naturalization, and make decisions on applications that you're applying for affirmatively with U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Whenever you hear about someone getting detained at a USCIS interview, that's not by the agency USCIS, that's by ICE, which, for example, in 26 Federal Plaza in Manhattan, USCIS is on a different floor than ICE. Like USCIS, most of their operations are on the 7th floor, whereas ICE, in enforcement and removal operations, the people who are like masked and have guns and kind of look like white supremacist groups right now are on the 9th floor of 26 Federal Plaza. And rarely do ICE officers go down to the USCIS floor unless it's a targeted operation. For example, an immigrant with a criminal history is showing up to an interview. This is someone who has been on ICE's radar already. It's someone they want to detain. When the immigrant shows up to the USCIS interview, there might be some ICE officers there who will place the immigrant under arrest and then begin processing them, whether that's for expedited removal or regular removal proceedings or some variation thereof. They might even release them on bond under some circumstances, more unlikely now than it was historically, but that's the way it generally works. USCIS gives you benefits, ICE takes them away, basically. So now USCIS can do some of ICE's work for them. And I need to see how this plays out. We haven't seen how these USCIS officers are going to be trained, whether they're actually going to be carrying around firearms, whether they're actually going to be going to like immigrants' houses to execute search warrants or investigate. Typically, that wasn't always USCIS's function. That was normally ICE's function. Some of the investigative role was for USCIS to do, but usually that's for ICE officers to carry out. But now there's been a bit of a melding. And, you know, to put this into context, another attorney I was speaking to put this very well. This is like people at the DMV being able to arrest you and point a gun at you when they feel like you've made a mistake on your license renewal paperwork or you've committed a crime before you go in there to apply for your driver's license. Like, it's kind of crazy. These are administrative officers without real law enforcement powers now being given guns and told to enforce immigration laws in a different way that was ever historically envisioned for USCIS. This fundamentally changes the role of USCIS in what I believe is a kind of scary way. I'd like to see this rolled back by future administrations. It's unclear how this is going to ultimately play out. It's unclear whether there's going to be litigation challenging this rule or the changes that are taking place under the rule. But no matter what happens, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated by making new videos on these subjects as they come out. If you're new to my channel or you've never spoken to me before, my name is Pouyan Darian. I'm an immigration attorney with an office in New York. I handle family-based immigration cases, naturalization cases, and deportation defense cases nationwide. So if you want to speak to an attorney about your immigration matter, you could always schedule a consultation directly with me. My information for scheduling a consultation is in the video description below. There's a direct booking link, takes 5 minutes to schedule. And again, I handle these cases nationwide. If you want to just stay up to date on all the changes that are happening in immigration world under the Trump administration, be sure to subscribe. I try to put out 5 videos each week. This week's videos are all about policy changes that are taking place at USCIS and other immigration agencies like the immigration courts. So if you want to stay on top of all of that stuff, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.